So I just did a couple videos about how to find your higher purpose, but I also shared a little bit about my journey into my current belief system that I want to expand on a little bit more in this video. And I think this will help some of you that are sitting on the fence thinking about whether or not you should stay within the church or not, because, you know, in the church, there is a sense of certainty that's provided by the story that is given or handed down by the church. And also there's a lot of social blowback if you leave the church. And then also there's the threat of the consequence of hell if you make the wrong decision. But in my case, after I kind of personally decided that things weren't really adding up, at least as far as the way that the Catholic Church was presenting it, there was this big vacuum there. It's like once your sense of certainty is taken out from beneath you, and like you don't know what you believe now, you just know that you can't continue to believe something that you don't feel is true in your heart. So around that time, I was lucky to discover Leo Gura, who runs a site called actualize.org. And if you're not familiar with it, it sort of maps out consciousness and reality and just human existence in this really non-partial, like non-biased way that really appealed to me because it just came off as real, but it helped me sort of like understand certain concepts about reality. And it gave me at least a sense of certainty, even though it didn't necessarily like pinpoint, oh, like this is God or this is the way that you should live, etc. And so after taking in a lot of information from actualize.org, I started to continue this theme of seeking truth and engaging with reality to the maximum degree, as opposed to being in my thoughts or trying to live out, you know, some mandates from, 2,000-year-old scripture. I just wanted to know what was real and how can I best enjoy this life as I'm living it right now. And so you start to learn some basic concepts, like your identity is really just a story that you've told yourself as you grow up, so you can edit it if you want to. Almost all of life, like succeeding in any category, is really just being present in the moment, right? This is Eckhart Tolle stuff, like Power of Now stuff, right? Like whatever you do, you're going to be more successful at it if you're just there. One of the most interesting spiritual truths that I've learned recently is by reading the works of David Deida. And I've noticed that he starts to use the word love and awareness interchangeably in his writings. And it makes sense because if you love somebody, you're going to pay attention to them and give them your time, and you're going to be taking everything in, right? Like the big eyes that women give you when they're really into you. That's loving you. It's being there with you, which is also really instructive for dating, by the way, because if you can just listen and ask questions and be there with the girl, you're going to be way more successful. What this summarizes my spiritual belief system is we're here in the moment, and the more that you can be there and listen and accept everything, the better off you're going to be in your life.